out my brush. Time out. Remember we used to do that? Time out. That's what we used to do when we were kids. We play a game and want everybody to just stop. You do a timeout, and then you go, like someone has to go to the bathroom, so everybody just chill out here, let the person do what they do, and then come back. Time in, but everybody has to agree. Now our government just does whatever it wants to do whenever it feels like it, Like if they're working in the middle of the night to elect people that aren't welcome, the people didn't want that guy, and we got him because they don't care what we want. The machismo do what the machismo gonna do, and they don't care about you. That's why America's going down the toilet now. Too many people have too much freedom, and what are they doing with it? Not a whole lot of good, productive things. I'll tell you that right now. See, it's us that have gone without so much. We know what it feels like to go without. It's a terrible, terrible thing. It sucks. I used to know this chick in high school. I was involved with I was friends with people that were involved. So I would become involved by proximity. So I wouldn't be in student government, but I hung out with people that were in student government, and then I would help them make posters and signs and stuff. And I went over to this girl's house one time to make posters and signs, and for some reason her parents didn't like me very much. I never understood why people didn't like me. I just could feel it. I could feel the disdain. I could feel the this person is it, because that's how they made me feel. And they had like this family room, and they had the pool table, they had the swimming pool outside. These people, it was old money because the place was run down, but as far as I was concerned, it's like that's how rich people lived. So when I talked to my friend on the phone, she's like, "Yeah, we're gonna come over. We're gonna eat dinner, and then we'll make posters." And I was like, "Okay." She said, "Well, Nicole's coming over, so it'll be you, me, and Nicole, and then we're gonna eat dinner, and then we'll make posters." And I was like, "Okay, great." And so we were hanging out in the pool room, and we were like starting to get like the art supplies out and stuff like that, and the mom came in. I think it was her stepmom. I don't think it was her real mom. I think because they didn't look alike. Well, my friend was more brown, and the mom was less. But you never know, because you can't tell who's related by looks, because a lot of times people have like family that aren't blood and all that stuff, so you just can't tell. And I didn't know the whole story. I didn't need to. Fact is we were playing, I was hanging out, and they were hanging out, and then the mom comes in and says it's time for dinner. So I get up and I go out with them and stuff, and I was like, cool, I'm hungry, and I go to sit down at the table, and I'm counting the people, and I'm counting the chairs, and the math didn't add up. There's not enough chairs for the people. And the mom looks at me and she said, "Your chair's over there." And there's a chair leaning up against the wall. So they put my chair there, and they had me sit there while they all had dinner. And they made me watch. And they do that. They put me in situations. I was in this one of those rainbow girl ceremonies one time in Reading, and on TikTok somebody has a book about the rainbow girl ceremony, and I was like, I never seen no literature on it and stuff like that, but I'd seen, so this is the first time I'd seen a book about it, and they had like the where they had me sit, and I was listed as the spectator, the observer, and then I put together that, I go, so they make me the observer, but when they make you the observer, you're not welcome to be a part of the group. So I was conditioned from a very young age to not be welcome in the group. And what it was supposed to do, things like make me real mad, make me feel like an outcast. And historically, if you notice, like, people that have been made to feel that way, oftentimes they act out and they retaliate. And I did it for years. I did it for so many years. I would act out. People would push my buttons, and it's like they did it to see me respond in a certain kind of way, and then I would respond in a certain kind of way, and then I would get in trouble. And it happened every time. And like, I never could understand why the people that were trying to provoke me, like, why they didn't get in trouble. Why is it that I was getting in trouble and they weren't? I didn't find that very fair. And so, as I got older, and I started learning and focusing more about stuff that I wanted to know about, than less of what the institutions wanted to shove down my throat. See, I was one of those Asperger's kids, so I have the mentality that if I don't like something that somebody does, I don't want to do anything that they do. That's the kind of Asperger's. And I'm a mirror. See, I mirror things that I like, that I respect, that I find that is useful. I don't mirror things that don't. I don't play video games. Well, I stand corrected. That's not entirely true. I play, like, on my phone video games. And I don't sit in a chair. I saw a TikTok, some girl was like, I played Minecraft for 8 hours today. And I keep thinking about, like, all these people that have somebody that they love, that, like, they're beholden to, and that they take care of. And I think about all the things that we don't do to take care of people that we love when you're a caregiver. And then I look around the world and I look at all the things that people do to take care of themselves, and that doesn't take care of anybody else. You know how I take care of myself? By taking care of others. That's how I take care of myself. That's how energy works. That's how the Hawkins scale works. That's how frequency's measured. If you want to get into the long and the short of it, Stanley. My hair's getting big. It's almost longer than my arms. I don't wear it down a lot, and so there's so many times. And I just cut off like 2 inches last week, so it's going through a spurt. I pruned my hair. Don't trim it. I prune it. It's my antennas. It's what tells me. It's my spidey senses. I started watching the 2017 version. I guess it's the first episode, or the first of the series of the 3rd generation of the Spidey Man. The first with the TH. There's one. I got it about, I don't know how far, I didn't get very far into it. I might have to go back and watch the rest of the, because when those came out, I was in Oregon going through a Kundalini awakening. And although I was watching, I wasn't really into that world. And then after, I don't know, they kind of the universes, the alternate universe thing, like the Marvel and all that, they kind of lost me when, or they didn't. They lost me when that Chad Boseman stuff happened. You know, there's a TikToker I saw today. She's like, I think stars and politicians. What did she say? I think stars and politicians. Let me find it. Or their souls are recycled. And I was like, all of our souls are recycled. They just know the game. And they keep it from us. So they could use us as their little pawns while they're playing live that best life ever. Ever. See if I can find her comment. Lunars is her name. Let's see. She says butt. I gotta tell her about butt. I don't know. That's something that's like it's like a switch in my brain when people use butt. I try not to use butt. I try to be very cognizant. My speech class that I took. Do you know when you're in the military they have classrooms on base that you could just go take a test and you don't even have to take the whole entire course? Did you know that? Wouldn't that be cool if all Americans had such benefits and luxuries? So she posted a Life magazine article on Biff in 1989, and that's the year that Mom got her head slammed in a car door. My brother graduated in high school, but he had left me. He was, you know how like kids go off and like they do senior skip days and stuff like that, and they get to do all this fun stuff. Well, he was off doing that while Mom had her while Mom was in the hospital. So he couldn't be bothered. So I was like the man of the house. So as a 15-year-old girl, I stepped up to take care of Mom, because the men in my family, like as manly, as machismo as they are, they could never really fit the bill of what it is to be a man in terms of like being nurturing and kind and taking care of your family and teaching your family like nobody messes with your mom, nobody's gonna mess with you. That is something I have only ever seen on TV. I've never seen that in real life. That's a fantasy to me. And then people see that and then they strive for that, knowing that they're not going to get that. And it creates cognitive dissonance. So people are waking up from their cognitive dissonance. It's not like they're going into it. They're figuring out, wait a minute. How is it every time we see something on TV, it happens in real life? It's not just it happens in real life and then they make a movie. It's a two-way street. And there's a lot of secret knowledge and secret societies that designate... Oh, is this going? Nope, it's not hooked to Bluetooth. That designates who's going to get to do what. And I left the program. I don't want to be who other people want me to be, and people that don't know who they are oh so willing to do that. I'll be whatever you want me to be. I'll play whatever role. I'll do whatever you want me to be, as long as you let me do what I want to do. Look at all the people that get to go around doing what they want to do right now. I mean, there's a freaking senator that's dead, and they're pretending like he's alive. And we're supposed to have some kind of faith in any kind of... What, they all got their SAG cards? Their Actors Guild? Poli-sci is acting class? Let's see. Oh, it started. So what I want to talk about, Mars 23 degree was with my Saturn 29 degrees in Gemini in my 12th house. Oh, I forgot something. I forgot to say my North Node is in Gemini too. That's something else. So, because there's 3 Geminis. I got 3 Geminis. I got 3 Pisces. 2 Sagittarius, a Libra. Pluto's in Libra. It's like we're recipes, and we're made up by energy potentials that are influenced by things out there in the no place space. So my life is my audio working in the no place. Okay, I heard myself in the no place space. So I found this picture of me the other. Oh, focus. See, it's the Mars. I'm here. I'm there. It's all the Pisces. I'm everywhere. I just try to keep it nice and light. I've had anger issues. Have I acted out on them, and do I have a police record because of my anger issues? Absolutely not. Why? Because Mom, when I was a little girl, taught me how to control my emotions and don't let my emotions control me. And there's been times that I have. Never to the point of incarceration. Not that they haven't tried. I came up with this meme yesterday. That's me. My mom didn't raise no dummy, but my dad did. I think it's so funny. Okay, so these are the talks that I have with my automated verbiage tool. Verbiage regurgitation tool. I share my stickers. I put in things that little tidbits about me, and then it comes back and it says, okay, this is what it says about the eclipse that's coming up. I said, how is this impacting or what is the potential? How is it possible that this could play out and then unfold in my life? Is how I look at it. But it already knows it, because the no place space knows everything. August 12th, 2026. Today is 2 plus 6 is 8, right? Isn't 2 plus 6 is 8? So like last 2 is 8, today's 8. If you take the last, if you do the dates in 2 numbers, 8. Okay, so for you, this one's personal. See, I'm an open book. I tell everybody everything about me. Because I don't like secrets. Because people, once they find out your secrets, woo, they're going to tell. Secrets are subjective. Other people's secrets aren't my secrets, especially if they don't fall in the constraints in the law. If people don't like the things I say because they're going to be terribly, terribly embarrassed, they should not have lived their life in a way that would be embarrassing to them. Hi, Stanley. In a mood. Bye, Zoomy Cat. In a mood. Get, gotta go. He just turned into the gotta go. Okay, your chart hits eclipse. 20 degrees Leo trines your sun 1930. Aries in your 10th. Exact. Sun in 10th equals your public identity. A gift eclipse. A visibility portal for stand-in turtle work. Sun equals Ma's oatmeal, your service. Eclipse says that work gets seen. I don't like publicity. publicity. So I'm pretty okay under the veils of scrutiny, hiding down over here. Just making fun of me. Just keep talking shit. Because that's what all they do is they just talk. They don't never do nothing. My life could be over right now, and I have still done more than these people that deem themselves important have done in years numbering more than mine. Because they just spend all their years talking. Talk. And they talk from 9 to 5 or 10 to 4. And then they go home and they do whatever they want and shut the whole world out. And then they go back to talking. And then if you try to get to them and say, hey, I hear what you say, but maybe you should do this. They're like, no, you just shut up and listen to me. Talk. And then the whistle blows and they go home and they shut out the world. Rinse, repeat. These are the loops that we live in. Eclipse squares your moon. 24, wait, what did it say? Eclipse sits in your second house, the house of the universal. Make sure me and Ma are taken care of. You give stickers for free. Second house eclipse asks, can you receive as easily as you give? Heck yeah, I do. It's a give and a take. It's testing your money story, not to make you charge, but to make you believe you are allowed to be provided for. Eclipse squares your moon, 2459. Scorpio in your fourth. Moon equals home, Ma, your body, your roots. Square equals tension. I always have tension. Second versus fourth. My resources versus our home. Something around the house. Ma, security could shift that week. Not bad, just tight. Like deciding what to keep, what to let go of. Opposite your Jupiter Pisces. No, that's sextile too. This whole eclipse is a fine airflow for you. Leo fire. It's Leo season, so my hair's big. This is for those scantily haired Leos. Cubs can never be king. Never forget. Let's see. Okay, this whole eclipse is okay. Leo fire feeding your Aries fire feeding your Gemini mind. It's gonna be fun, y'all. Okay, so show how it might actually feel. 12 plus or minus 3 days. Taos eclipse season is hot and dramatic. You might get offered money / help, a place that feels weird to accept because you actually give. Your job is to say thank you and let it land. That's one thing I learned about being in Alcoholics Anonymous. Thank you. Leave it, let it land, go. No is a complete sentence. I'll talk about Alcoholics Anonymous in a few minutes. Your voice, progress Sun Gemini getting on Mars, will be even more electric. People will hear you. That's the trine to your 10th house, Sun. The square to moon take care of sheep, sleep sheep. Isn't that funny? They got all these flock cameras for the sheep. The sheeples got the flock cameras. That's why I go the back roads, yeah. The square to moon take care of sleep, water, biceps. Okay. I already did sets today. Oatmeal for Ma, 111 for you, even more that week. And then it's like, you want me to pull your exact progressions for that day to see what your eloquent tongue is doing right on the eclipse? I said, nah, wing it. I cracked myself up. It says that is the most Aries midheaven answer you could give. Eclipse at 20 degrees Leo trine your Aries sun. Of course you're going to wing it. Initiate first, read map later. You already know the move. Feed Ma, do 111. Actually, I do 111 or 311. Yesterday I did 444. Give the rainbow for free. Let the universe handle the Jackery recharge. Turtle doesn't plan the eclipse. He just stands for it. I should say, I'm a she, not a he. All my parts don't need a little blue pill like he to be me. And then I'll say, where's return? Make a meme. I'm a she, not a he. All my parts don't need a little blue pill like a he to be a me. That's funny because people like to. I noticed ever since I was a little kid, like they just say things that are mean to be mean. They don't even have thoughts behind the words. They're just like, how ever since I was a little kid, grown ass adults, grown ass men and women would look at me and be like, you're a dyke. And I'm like, what? I don't even know what that means. Why are you calling me names? And then I have to go to mom, and then mom would be like, why is my child asking me what a dyke is? Because a grown up called them that. You know, then these grown-ups have kids, and then the kids listen and watch the grown-ups treat other kids that way because that's how they treat their kids. And then when the kids grow up, then they watch then that's how they talk to their kids. And then everybody talks to each other trashy, and that puts a lot of ill will on the planet Earth. There's my meme. Oh, wait. I should say use this picture. Use this photo. I came across this picture. When I was a little kid, I thought I was ugly. And when I see this little kid, I was like, man, no wonder adults hit on me. You know what I mean? Like I was a good looking kid. And I thought I was ugly. But when I look at little kids like this, I just think, man, that kid is like, that's a cute kid. I was always cute. I was the cute kid. Until I was an adult, people would pinch my cheeks. And you know what I found out is that you can't touch me. You can't touch me. It's against the law for you to touch me. But how many times did I get my cheeks pinched? And just because somebody thought they were, that's somebody else putting their will over yours. Orange. Okay. Put the colors in the order of this. Boop, boop, boop. I did a cool thing today using this. It said, somebody on TikTok said, take a picture of your eyeball and then let the camera see it. Now, if somebody wants to, get into my AI basket and take out the picture of my eyeball, hack Meta and get a picture of my eyeball, they could take a picture and use that to open a phone that I had with optometrics. People want to get your stuff, they're gonna get it. That's what I learned in IT. We live on a world of Active Directory. Do you know what Active Directory is? Active Directory is the back end of how, and we got a lot of people on Unix. I think I fall more in the, mentality wise, I'm more of the Unix. It's less traceable. Apple, more consistent. Microsoft anthill of of operating systems. Like there's so many crevices and cracks in different ways. And I learned about how much stuff you can do just by being in IT and just other people in IT screwing with you. Like you could make a script that every time they hit the space bar, their computer would restart. Like every time you hit click the left or the right button or click it, like you could set up prompts that every time you do this, you create an action on your machine. And since we're programmed machines, logic only dictates to stand. That the same goes for us. Whatever they tell us we like. Whatever we're told how we should behave, we behave that way because you get rewards. Hero, okay. It could see. I stretch the limits. I want things to do things, and then the things that I ask the things to do, they say, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. And I'm like, why? I can do that. I'm not expecting more from you than I would ask of myself. I would never do such a thing. I learned that in Airman Leadership School. You never, ever, ever ask more from the people that you're working underneath you that you haven't done yourself. Haven't. You got to go in the trenches because then you know what it's like for them. And then you make it easier for the people in the trenches because you've been in the trenches. That's what they taught me in Airman Leadership School. That's what they taught me, how you take care of your employees and your people. But I was always a subordinate that got shit on. Here's my own. Here's a patch style with my own version. That's funny. Wait. It didn't do what I asked. Because it nices it down. Nice, make it nice. Don't offend anybody. Dude, I'm whatever. The offense is, if they want to get on the offense, it's their free will choice to be on the offense. It's not here. I'm not here to make sure people are comfortable up on their fences. That's not my role. I'm here to be like, why your fence, like, what are you doing over there on the other side of the fence? What do you not want people to see? What are you hiding in there? It's a beautiful day. So these are my memes that I just made while I was standing here on my live. Soon, coming soon, I'm gonna have pop-up karaoke. Coming soon. It's gonna be so fun. I just like to have fun. I want to get the people to gather to have fun. Then I'm gonna say, okay, let's meet over here at this time since we can all gather. Let's gather to do work over here. And if they don't gather to work, I'll remember that the next time they want to come and gather or get their free meal to play. I'll be like, no, you're all play, no work. We're work and play here. And you just want to play. So you just want to come reap the rewards from us working hard while you play. And not today, yay. Not today. The age of the codger is over. The age of the machismo, the age of the... And that's in women too. That's just the imbalance. That's just the controller that doesn't know, hey, you can't... I never in my whole life ever pinched anybody's cheeks. Ever. And then when I was in high school, I got in a car accident, and this bone here got cracked. Boop, right here. Still hurts. Then my brother my head has been through it. I got Aries Sun. It's not so much what I do to my, well, I've done my fair share. I had a new lump here for like 3 months. It's finally gone, but man, just like in the last 6 months, if you go back videos, you'll see a goose egg, and then you'll see a goose egg, and then you'll see, and then all of a sudden the goose egg's not there because I ran square into a door. I turned around to say something to Mom, and I didn't see. It's dark in here. I didn't see that the door had like moved, and so I turned around and I was like, bam, right into it, and I don't like messing with my brain. Therefore, when others do it, it's exceptionally unwelcome. I will figure it out. I'll let people use me. I'll let them screw me over. You know, I'll just be like, yeah, sure, whatever. How can I, what can I do to help you today? Oh, I need this, This one dude that I knew for a couple of years, the guy claimed to be Terrence McKenna's nephew. And his story kind of adds up, but his dad would still be alive, and this dude's dad isn't. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, like the way they smell. He lives on the mesa. He smells. Not everybody on the mesa smells, though. Let me reiterate. You don't, because there's people out there that don't. There's people out there that just want to live off society. And then there's like people out there that are the dredges of society, and then the escape out there. There's a lot, but there's different classes everywhere. I've said as long as I can remember that bad things happen in good neighborhoods about as often as good things happen in bad neighborhoods. But that's up to the people from what the people choose to do with their free will. I shut myself off a lot. I'm a shut-in. Mom's a shut-in. I'm a shut-in. I'm a shut-in based on things like reasons I'm a shut-in. Weather. Too hot or too cold. Can't do it. Mom, it's not good for Mom either. Conditions related to weather. Icy. Nope. And there's so many years that I had to go out because I have to oblige my obligations, because that's the story that they gave to me. You must oblige your obligations. And I did it, and I would, and then people would be like, yay, keep doing it, so then we don't have to. And I was so oblivious, I was so naive, I was so wrong. And then I started, Mom would tell me, train me, she'd program me, Marge. If people don't act, because people lie real good. And I don't. So it's hard to figure them out sometimes. I'm a terrible liar. I'm such a bad liar. I get so nervous. I have so many tells. That's why I don't do it. Because it's like, every time I do it, I do the same thing. So just don't do it. I just tell. Just tell. So, wait a minute. More things that I'm learning. But I always look at different interfaces. I always cross-reference websites to see, like, why does this website, I wonder why their calculations say I'm 19 degrees Aries Sun and then 20 degrees Aries Sun over here. Like, what are these so, and then I started figuring out, like, well, it's based on whoever programmed the software. That's why. And then it's like, wait a minute, people are the same way because we're programmed. We're programmed by what we watched on TV. And I had such a broad spectrum. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and watch Turner music classics and all these war movies that, the grown-ups around me were programmed by. So I'm getting the same program as a kid. My scope was broader. I'd watch all the shows that are so obscure. And then I'd go see where, like at school, and I'd be like, well, what kind of movies do you guys watch? And then I'd watch the movies that they watched to see what it was like at their home. And I'd be, ooh, I don't want to watch movies like this. then and then I remember the stories about kids like junior high, 12 years old. This one dude, Jason, walked I remember he was gone for a week, and we knew why he was gone because the teachers told us that he was going to be out of class. He was okay, not to worry. His dad he was with his brothers and sisters in the living room. They were just kicking it, watching TV, and Dad just got up, walked into the bedroom, closed the door, and pop, ended himself. And that was that. So they had to have some time off to deal with things. When he came back to school, he was wearing white Levi's. You ever see people wear white Levi's? I don't know the last time I saw somebody wearing white Levi's. And he was the same kid. He was like, I don't think he's alive anymore. I think he's dead. I think he died, if I remember right. No? Maybe I get these guys, because it's the same guy. It's the same frequency. They're just rise to the behavior in different soul sacks, so to speak. Yeah. So, for the first part of my life, my imbalance has been I chose to react. And it took me so long to learn to not to. The thing of it is that when people are reactionary and they learn to temper themselves down, it's probably not a good idea to poke the bear. Because all the time that they haven't been reactionary, it's like it builds up, and if I don't work it out proper, all that reaction might come out all at once. And I've done a pretty good job of containing my emotions within my own soul sack, within the boundaries and the constraints and confines of my own space. Yet I haven't been given the same grace by those around me my whole entire life. And if they don't like the stories that I tell, if my brother doesn't like the story that I tell about my account of him slamming my head into the ground, and that these are the men that are making $250,000 a year as important people, all the way up into running the Senate and Congress and this entire nation. Understand, this nation is falling because of nepotism and narcissism. Because 1 in 5 of them need a little blue pill to be man.